What's up, everybody? This is Night Viper. Today I want to talk to you guys about how to see other players' lineups without having to get them to share it with you. The reason for this is so that you can see the most powerful players in the game and see what they're using so that you can start modeling your lineups after them. So I'm going to show you how to see what gear that they have, the skills they have upgraded, the quality of the heroes, where they're at in the line, and just how the heroes behave. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe so that you're notified when I come out with the next video with tips from Last Fortress. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, real quick, just 101 if you don't know what a lineup is or have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just going to show you, this is a lineup, they're in your cars, and you want the primary lineup that you have to be the biggest it can be, the most powerful. There's front row people, there's back row people. The front row people need to live long enough for the back row people to do the damage to the other team. That's typically how it goes. Now people mix and match these because we all pull random cards. When we're recruiting, we get random heroes. So because of that, you're going to need to be able to see a lot of different people's lineups so that you can see if Rebecca's in a lineup with Betty, how does it work? You know, if Baron is in the front rather than him being in the back, what gear should he use? And the people on your team, they're going to have information on it, but they're not going to have exactly what you're setting up most of the time. So I'm going to show you different combat reports in different areas of the game. They're kind of all over the game, and I'm going to show you where you can see other people's stuff so that you can start doing that modeling off of those players. So that's what we're looking at in this video. I'm not going to go into details on what gear you should use for what heroes or what heroes go well together. I just want to show you where you can start looking to see what other people are using. So I'm going to show you first off in your regular combat reports. If you go to Mail, Combat Reports, the first thing that comes up. Anything you do in the game, whether you're hitting zombies, other people, bots, mines, cities, outposts, all that stuff will come up here. When you rally with other teammates, it comes up here. So I'm going to show you guys what happens if I got a battle here. If you come down to these three buttons, this is what we're going to be looking at on all the combat reports. So attribute, statistics, and the little play button. Your attributes button will show you a lot of information. Now, I want to show you the difference real quick so you can see if you ask a teammate, hey, can you share your lineup with me? This is what you're going to get. You're going to be able to see what heroes are in the lineup, what the quality and the level of the heroes are. You're going to see their skills and what gear they're using. The cool thing about the gear is you can click on it and see exactly what gear they're using. So you could see if it's intelligence here or strength. You could see what the bonuses are when you put the gear together. So again, I'm not going to go over too much on that. That'll be a different gear video. But just know you can click on every single piece and see what everybody's using, what they have upgraded. But this is still kind of limited compared to what you could be seeing if you had a combat report. So let's jump into combat reports and I'll show you what you can see here. And you still have, if you go to attribute, you still have the hero, the quality, the level, the stars, the skills, and the gear. Same thing as you had on the other one, right? But you can actually start comparing what their stats are down here. Because there's other ways that you can build up stats, like when you get a statue and you can start adding on points for a statue. So you can see other ways that they have, and you can flip through all the different heroes on the team. So if I flip, it's going to switch it out. Now you're just looking at my heroes right now, so that's not going to do you any good by looking at your own heroes. You want to go to the other side and look at the enemy's heroes. Whoever you hit, especially if they're bigger than you are. You don't want to be taking notes off of people that you're beating, right? You're going to take notes off the people that beat you. So you can go through, click on whoever and see what gear they're using, and you don't need them, again, to share it with you. If you joined a rally with somebody, that person you joined a rally with, it's going to come up just like this, and it will show them here instead of you. And you'll be able to flip through their heroes. It will only show the first person in the rally, though. Whoever started the rally is going to be the person on this screen. So if you didn't start the rally, you can see somebody's. If you started it, then you can't see anybody's stuff except for the enemy. Whenever you're hitting like an actual enemy. If you're hitting a zombie or something, then it's pointless. You don't need to go here. This is just for player versus player stuff. And you don't want to take notes off of bots either, because bots have crazy ass lineups that you don't want to mimic, because sometimes they just throw people and things together. The way you know if it's a bot, if you click on their fortress where it says CP for their power, above it it'll say zone. If it doesn't say zone, you know it's a bot. Don't even look at that combat report. You don't need it. So let's look at statistics. This is going to be for the people that are a little bit further into it. If you're new, just look at the heroes that they have compared to the heroes that you have and try to mimic what they're doing. Try to mimic the gear, try to mimic the skills, stuff like that. For the people that are into the game more, this is going to be a good screen because it's going to show you exactly what happened in the fight. You'll start to be able to see who's front row versus who's back row depending on the damage that they had taken. Like, this is a good area to see what's going on. You can see with these guys, they didn't do a whole bunch of attack. They had a bunch of damage taken. These are obviously the front row guys. And you can just see what people do. This guy is using a shield. So you can break down the actual fight here. You can also hit battle replay and it's going to show you the fight, or you can hit the play button right here and it's going to show you the fight. So the good thing about seeing the fight like this is you can see how these guys behave. So when Baron does his, special move, what does it look like? Is he hitting front row or is he hitting back row? You can read the skills and see it, but if you're more of a visual learner, this is going to be more helpful than just reading the data, So, yeah, you can see what everybody's doing, see how they reacted to each other, and also where their placement is. So I could see these two are front row. These are the back row. I could see that on everybody's lineup. So that is the benefit of looking deeper into the combat reports rather than someone just sharing it with you. You're seeing the statistics and you're seeing the actual placement in the lineup. So I'll show you a couple places that you can see these at now. And hopefully not repeat myself because this is like the 19th take I've done on this. It's like the 100th, I'm not going to lie. And it's simple information. I just keep messing it up. So you go to your alliance page if you didn't see. Alliance page. Come down to manage, go to log, conflicts. This is going to show you everything that has happened on your alliance. So anything combat related, of course, that happened on your alliance. Anybody that they hit, anybody that hit them. And the cool thing about this is you can actually see, like Natty here got attacked by Joneson, and you could see by the arrow who attacked who. She won. Okay, so who was she rolling with? Hit this button, and you get their combat report. So now not only do you get to see what your teammate's using, you also get to see what the enemy is using, and they're a freaking beast. So if you go attributes, you can see that this is the enemy, right? They're using Roland. There's the skills they have upgraded, and here's the gear that he's using. So you can go through, and you could say, cool, Roland has castle gear, and he's in the front. Does mine? What can I add to him? And just flip through, see what everybody's using. So this guy here's got death on, so that's a new one because I have a different thing on him, so I can switch that up. So Kelly, I always call her Kelly. I flip them every single time. I'm just going to keep this. I'm not even going to edit it out. I always call her Kelly instead of her. So she's got Apocalypse, and now you can see what they have. And you can also go over and see what your teammate had. What were they rolling with? And then, oh, this is split gear. Interesting. Maybe because it's gold. But this is Death, and this is Reaper. So, this is what everybody has, and you can see on every single fight that's happened with your team. This is like enemy elimination day, or weekend. So, these people are coming from another server, so they're beasts hitting our team. I'm going to move on to the next spot. So, there's a place that you can go where you're getting a constant supply of combat reports all the time. And it's if you set it up the right way. So let me show you. If you go to the arena, so battle, arena. For the arena to work for this purpose, where you can get good combat reports, you have to set it up a certain way. The way you want to set it up is by putting your main lineup as your defending lineup. Now, a lot of people don't do this. They put number ones, or they only put one hero. The theory behind that is you'll get easier opponents if you do it that way. I've noticed that once you get under like the 100 spot in ranking, then it doesn't matter what you do to your lineup, you're going to have really hard people to fight. So that's when I switched my lineup to my primary. And when I did that, I realized I can get the battle records from the losses and use those to learn from them. So underneath my picture, you'll see on your screen, defending lineup. If you click on that, these guys you want to be your primary lineup. Build them as big as you can so that you'll learn from the losses. And you can just do this for a week, switch it out afterwards. It's just a place that you can learn from these. When you do, hit the battle record right here and go to the loss. And you can see when you put your primary, you're going to have a lot of wins. This is actually the only loss I have on here right now. You're going to click on this button, and it's going to show you the loss, and it's going to show you all the same stuff as the other one. And you can see we have a hero in common being Blanche, so I could see what this Blanche has that my Blanche doesn't, besides a little bit more in quality. So I can go on here and I can compare the two heroes and see what the difference is. We're using different gear, we kind of have different skills upgraded, and she has more strength than I do. So there are things that you can look at and start comparing what they have so that you can mold it. I don't have Reaper gear that's gold, so there's not much I can do in this situation, and I need to get her a few more times pulled to upgrade her. But this is what we're doing. We're comparing what they have to what we need. So this is the other place that you can do it. I want to show you the last place, which is going to actually be the best place to look. And the thing is about this spot is it's not available all the time. And I'm talking about the championship duel. The reason it's not available all the time is every week you have qualifying matches. When you're having the qualifying matches, you can't see anything. There's no combat reports to be seen until they finish. Once it's finished, you can go to the championship duel screen and you can see battle reports. So, or combat reports. I'm going to click championship duel. We got these guys against each other for the grand finale. And down here is the battle record. So this is going to be your battle record. If you signed up, which I think everybody really should, because you don't lose anything if you lose the championship, right? Like, you just get disqualified and you don't get anything. But if you beat anybody, then you start getting stuff for it. They get prizes. So, resources, stuff like that. So, and what you can do from that as well is you can now have battle records. So if I click on that, I can see what the battle records are here, and battle reports are. I'm going to say records the rest of this video. But I can see what it is and who beat me. So this guy in red beat me, and I can go on here, and I can see the same thing. So this is just another spot. The benefit of this one is the people that are typically signing up for this have good lineups, and also you can see 3 lineups instead of just 1. So I can go to this lineup and I can see what his Bolton's doing, or I can go to the top lineup here and I can see what Irma's doing, and I can flip through his top lineup. So this is a good way of doing it where you can see multiple lineups, everything that this person has, and they're going to put their best thing on here because they want to win the championship. So that is going to be the people that beat you. That's at a lower level. I'm assuming for most of us, that's at a lower level. Honestly, if you're at this level, we're up here, you're like up here, you probably aren't even going to be watching this video. So for us, the rest of us, we can learn from this one as well. But the people that you're going to ultimately want to model your lineup with is going to be these guys, of course, because they are the biggest guys that have signed up for the championship duel. Might not be the biggest guys in the entire server. A lot of the guys that are like 40 million aren't even participating in this, but for what you have, you get some good lineups. So I'm going to click on just any of these here. I'll click on this one. So we have Shadow Assassin against Amped. If I hit combat report, I can see what both guys have and what their lineups were. Amped pulled his lineups, so he threw the match for some reason. That doesn't help this video at all. So let's move. Let's see what we got. Same thing here? Yeah, okay. So let's move to a different one. Let's go here. And we have that guy against Shadow Assassin. And let's see what we got. We go attributes, and we can see, and I don't even have her. Actually, I think I have her once. I think I pulled her once, but I can see what they're putting on her. They got the cool gear, and they got Alpha Bless. So you can flip through, and if you don't have these things, you can also click on them and see what they do. But same thing, both sides. You could flip through. You're seeing level 100s now, what their statistics can be, and the heroes that these guys are putting together in a line that are clearly being successful because they were able to get to the top like 5-10 people in the championship. So those are all the different places you can look. I would obviously start with the championship duel if it's available right now. And if it's not available, if it's in the qualifying matches, then you can look at the arena or the combat logs for your Lions. If anybody hits you, you can look at your combat reports if you lose, and you can learn from all those ways in the meantime. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions on this or you have any additional information, then please leave a comment, and that way we can all learn from each other. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.